All right, guys, welcome back again. This is Chemical Reactions and Equations. I want you guys to take notes and write some stuff down, and I'm going to call this the the WSQ for watch, summarize, and question. So I want you to watch the video, summarize it, and then put some questions down. Okay, so let's get started. Hopefully everybody knows what these are right here. Okay, they are symbols, or as you guys know them as emojis. Okay, what are they used for? Well, they're used to shorten what this phrase is: not the brightest bulb. Instead of having words, you have symbols. Okay, so let's go ahead and try some of these real quick. All right, so first thing I want you to do is pause the video. This is going to be number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. What I want you to do is pause the video, and I want you to come up with as many of these as you can and bring them to class. Okay, so you're going to pause the video now, and you're going to move on. Okay, pause now. All right, so what do the emojis have to do with writing chemical equations? Well, just like emojis, they are symbols. Chemical equations are symbols for a sentence. So chemical formulas are the words in the language of chemistry. So that is why we wrote chemical formulas. I need you to really pay attention to how to write chemical formulas and use your periodic table, use your crisscross method, know ionic versus covalent, know your polyatomic ions, okay? All of this is kind of review, so use your notes as you go if you need to. In the last unit, we learned how to name, in some of the last units, we learned how to name compounds and write formulas. We also learned how to balance chemical equations and use stoichiometry. So we use KNO3 for potassium nitrate. And if you're not sure, remember K for potassium. And what's left over is NO3, more than one element. So you go to the back of your periodic table and you find out that NO3 is nitrate. And if you know here, we have two symbols, and this is sodium bromide. Remember, the second one always goes to IDE if there's only two. Okay, so just some review. All right, so chemical equations, what are they? Well, they are let's go back just a second. Go back. Oh, it's doing something funny. Hold on. Okay, so just like the formulas are the words, the equations are the sentences. Okay, they are the sentences. Let me go back and erase that real quick. They are the sentences of the periodic in the language of chemistry. So basically, what an equation does is it's a sentence. You will put together words, formulas you learned in the last few units, and make sentences out of them. Okay, so that's kind of the key here. All right, in English, sentences are more interesting and give more information than words. So if I said cat, you would say, oh, what's a cat? If I said the cat is brown, and has paws, you would say, oh, now I know what the cat looks like. It's brown and has some paws. Okay, a little bit more interesting. So it also has punctuation and grammar in sentences. So in addition to words and in your sentences, you also need punctuation and grammar. Okay, in chemistry, we use our punctuation, our special sentences. The equation is the sentence, the formulas are the words, and we use symbols, kind of like our emojis, for punctuation. Okay, so here are some symbols. I want you to write all of these down. So pause the video, write all of these down, and the words that go with them. Now, some of these words will be modified in a way, okay? So, like and, it could be also reacts with. Okay, so we could do that. We have other things we can put for and, but just kind of look for those things and we'll talk about that more. You know, the arrow is yields. Ones we haven't talked about is this one where it's going up, that's gas. When it goes, the arrow goes down, and we don't use these too often, but it forms a precipitate. Write that word down because that means it's forming a solid. Okay. Whenever you see a triangle, it means there's going to be heat needed to make the reaction happen. All right, some more symbols. So pause the video again and write these down. The one that we're not going to use too often is this one, but we do need these. You've seen these before because I wrote these down a while back on the board. I said we'd come back to this, where S is a solid, L is a liquid, G is a gas, and then we have A, which is aqueous, and it means it's dissolved in water. This one is the most commonly used one. Liquid is usually used with water, and gases are usually used with hydrogen, chlorine, oxygen, and so on. Okay? All right. Let's see what we have next. All right. I'm gonna stop the video here so I want you to copy this stuff down from here, and I'll see you on the next video.